Welcome back again, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. We're going to tackle the engine bay of this 700 horsepower plus Toyota Supra. And since we do it a little bit differently than a daily driver, I thought I would take you guys along for the ride. The first thing I'm going to do is set up some lights, and well, lighting is important in this compartment, of course. And we're going to blow out as much loose dirt, dust, and grit as we can before we make contact. Everything is painted or chromed or polished aluminum or stainless steel, and we don't want any type of grit to scratch as we're cleaning. With that complete, the next step is to break out the ammo froth hoseless lift and also the Griot's Garage air foamer. The hoseless lift, you don't see me using it a ton. I did a review on it probably a year and a half ago. I love it, except for I can't use it all the time. It's a little bit too pricey for everyday use. It's great for the enthusiast. Tons of lubrication. Safe for cleaning when there's waterless or rinseless situations that come into play, such as this. So I'm going to add 1.5 ounces into my little container here with warm water, and we're going to foam up. This is a dry foam, guys. Very, very little moisture. It's very little moisture if you had it out of a hand pump, but out of this machine here, the Griot's Garage Air Foamer, even less moisture. And the foam is thick, dry, and will cling as long as you need it to. No need to hurry whatsoever. I'm going to break out a tiny, soft detailing brush so I can get in the corners and the little areas that are hard to reach in these cross members and braces under the hood here. After a bit of agitation, you can just wipe off the foam, whatever's left. If it was a little bit more gritty than what's under the hood here, you would use your waterless wash technique with the towel lifting as you're going, not to permit an edge and just push the dirt around. When you're finished with that, the only bad part about ammo is getting a little bit of the foam in places where you can't reach to wipe it out. And that's where compressed air comes into play. Since I have that, I really have no problem with using ammo, besides, again, being just a little bit on the pricey side. So I'm going to blow all the leftover foam from the cross members here, and we're going to follow up. We're going to have to wipe it off again because we don't want anything that flew out from between the cross members to dry on the paint we just cleaned and leave water spots. So we're going to repeat this process now that we have the painted inside of the underneath of the hood here. Real clean, real shiny. Let's get to the engine bay itself and all the components inside. No need to do any type of taping or covering with plastic. Again, very, very little moisture. We then grab the soft detailing brush once again and get to it. Having this little one here, you can get in all the crevices and the corners, no problem. You can have a larger one to speed up the process for the larger parts. But with the froth, it'll stay there for quite some time. No need to hurry. You can be very detailed oriented in this little compartment here and clean everything you come across. We can then blow out any foam that we couldn't reach and then wipe it down once more. With that surfactant, it just wasn't quite enough to remove some of the etching and some of the staining on the chrome, aluminum, and stainless steel parts. So we're going to break out the Tack Systems metal polish. This is a cleaner and protectant for all metals, tuner mufflers, stainless steel, logos, wheels, emblems, any metal surface you come across at all. Flip over your pad or change it quite frequently. It's going to pick up a lot of oxidation and it'll do a great job quickly. When you're finished, it'll be hazed over. It'll be the perfect timing. You can wipe off the haze and it'll bring you to a brilliant shine. That will take care of metal surfaces, but I'm not satisfied with the painted surfaces at all. So we're going to grab the LVR 403 and we're going to do some polishing. A little bit tedious, but hey, take your time. It'll come out fantastic. Everything is clean, shined up a bit, time to protect. So we're going to ceramic coat absolutely everything on the underside of the hood and in the engine bay. We are now finished. Nothing really that hard to do, just tedious because there's so many intricate parts to get in and around and reach underneath. But when you're finished, it sure makes a huge difference to the rest of the project. And that there is how I detail an engine bay of a collectible or an antique or a classic or an expensive car with no moisture being introduced and hurting any components in there. If you're enjoying the content, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, share the content, hit that notification bell for new videos.